This podcast is brought to you by Carvana. Carvana makes car selling fast and easy from start to finish. Enter your license plate or VIN and get a real offer in seconds, down to the penny. If you accept, Carvana will come pick up your car from your driveway. Or you can drop it off at one of our car vending machines. Either way, you get paid instantly. It's fast, transparent, and 100% online. Car selling that saves your time. That's Carvana.
Carvana.
Pickup fees may apply.
Rain-X wipers are the #1 wiper blades in America. That means all kinds of drivers choose Rain-X. Big drivers in small cars choose Rain-X. Small drivers in big cars choose Rain-X. Drivers with long hair and short commutes choose Rain-X. Drivers with short hair and long commutes choose Rain-X. Drivers with pets on board, babies on board, and bored babies on board choose Rain-X. Basically, drivers who love a clear view of the road all choose Rain-X wipers, the #1 wiper blades in America.
The Rita Cosby Show on the Red Apple Podcast Network.
Well, joining us about this and so much more, who better than the great owner-operator of Red Apple Media? And I'm the lucky one because I get to co-host with him every day, 5 to 6 p.m. on WABC Radio, Cats and Cosby, the great John Catsimatidis. John, it's great to have you join us.
Well, always good to be with you, Rita. And I can't believe the amount of things happening. They're happening almost at warp speed. The average president, President Biden, maybe we got to see him once every 2 weeks, once every 3 weeks. President Trump is accomplishing things twice a day, 3 times a day, 4 times. It is unbelievable the amount of energy he has. He just keeps accomplishing in so many fields. And he's got to win the Nobel Peace Prize one of these days because of the fact there's no more wars. The only war that's left is the Ukraine and Russia. And I guess President Putin, even though I think they're quasi-friends, he is a stubborn SOB, you know?
Yes, he is. Yeah, by the way, he definitely is. And the fact that he's already resolved 8 of them, one of them would be enough for the Nobel Peace Prize. And look, maybe by, in a few months, maybe he does resolve Ukraine, Russia. If anybody can, it's President Trump. If he can't do it, nobody can. Don't you think, John? What's amazing, John, I think about too, and you are tireless too. You and I message each other. It's 3 a.m. and we're both wide awake. You get messages also from President Trump in the wee hours because he's wide awake. He's thinking 24/7 like you are.
Well, yeah, he likes to, I guess at midnight he has nothing to do. He tweets out, talks to his friends, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah, it's beautiful. But also, he also listens to friends, too. And that's the incredible thing. We brought up the thing that the New York Times is now praising him. That maybe is the path to maybe the Nobel Peace Prize, that now the New York Times, some of these other organizations, maybe anybody else. Look, Obama got the Nobel Peace Prize, by the way, John, for not doing anything. Remember, just getting elected, he got it.
Obama did nothing. He got elected. And I'm still scratching my head. He did well among people because they wanted to believe. But I still can't believe how he went from state senator to president in 3.5 years. That is, it's almost as much as bad or as good as Mandami went from a state assemblyman with 5 employees to mayor of the city of New York to 300,000 employees. You can't make that up. I'm still scratching my head. A lot of people can't believe it happened. But, we talked about it at 5 o'clock. The fact that 85% of his votes came from people. Came from people that are in the United States or in New York for less than 5 years. What does that tell you?
It tells you we're being invaded, and it's also being orchestrated because these are people who don't have the attachment to New York City. Even if you give them the benefit of the doubt, like say it's not nefarious, even on the brighter side, these are people who don't have the connection. Look, I was born in New York. You came to the States in 6 months. So we know what New York is about. We know what the tri-state area is about. We know that connection. Those people don't have it. So you do have to wonder, why are they voting? And I think a lot of it is the free. And he seems to, it's interesting, John, we talked earlier this week. And one of the things was about sort of this meeting with Mondani and Trump. You had a great analogy. You were talking about another meeting that Trump had with somebody else from overseas. Talk about how you think this meeting might go.
Well, which one are we talking about now?
Well, this is Zelensky. You brought up, I love that Zelensky. That was a great analogy, John.
Yes. You remember what happened with Zelensky. Zelensky, a great actor, and he blew up in the Oval Office and tried to embarrass. He actually embarrassed himself. He looked like a little bit off. But the joke we said at 5:00 was the fact that if Mondani goes to visit Trump and they're in the Oval Office, he may pull the same thing.
Yeah, he very well may, because he seems, the thing that's interesting, he kind of comes in with this bluster and this whole sort of like he's got swagger, and Trump is going to be like, I think Trump will kind of like lead him down the garden path a little bit, let him think, he's going to come in with his little smile and think he's charming Trump. I think that'll last maybe about 5 minutes with Trump, because it's pretty transparent where this guy's coming from. And this new news tonight also, John, you probably saw it, right? That Zohran Mamdani is backing this controversial individual, yet another one. And this is someone who's running for assembly speaker, assembly individual, just an assembly member rather, but is saying that this person has his full support to run for New York Assembly. And this is a person, I want to read the quote. The idea that we have to apologize for a terror attack like 9/11 that a couple people did, and then there's no apology for reparations for genocide and for slavery, etc., is something I find reprehensible, like minimizing 9/11. And it reminds me of some of these other people he's been hanging around. You have to wonder, and this is who he's supporting today, John. This is not like 5 years ago or 6 years ago. He's still sticking to his guns, and that I think it's going to be a bumpy ride in New York. You had a big press conference yesterday about it, right?
Yes, we did. And what we talked about is the people that migrated or invaded, whatever you want to say, to New York. Because I think President Biden, when we look back on it, actually did more damage to the United States than people realize. We used to have immigration. They used to go through Ellis Island. We used to have checks and balances. We brought in people that wanted to enjoy the American way of life. We brought in people that wanted to work hard and make a better life for their children. Well, we brought in a lot of people lately, especially Congresswoman Salazar was telling us, from Venezuela. Venezuela, they emptied out their jails. They emptied out their insane asylums. They emptied out their hospitals. And you know what they did? They sent them to us. I mean, how stupid. How stupid did Washington was during that period of time? And who was orchestrating this, Rita?
Right, because I don't think it was Joe Biden, right?
You have to be extra stupid to allow immigration of all the criminals, all the insane asylum people, all the sick people, and a lot of the kids that came from overseas, they went to school and they were never checked, and they were sitting next to the American kids.
Right.
The American people have a big heart. We love people. We want to help people. But how about helping them and sending what the old way we used to be? We sent money to Africa. We sent food to Africa. We sent money to South America. We sent food to South America. We sent money to Central America. We sent food to Central America. But to just open up our borders and say, come on in, we want to bring in people that are good for America, not people that want to change America.
100%. You know what's amazing, John? I can't think of any other country in the world that would have allowed that. Even, with leadership that might be similar to Joe Biden. I think of even some European countries. Some of them are allowing it in, but they're still vetting in some cases. Nobody opens the door. I have friends, and you do, all over the world, and they say, what the heck went on during the Biden administration? I mean, how could anybody wide open and say, come on in, not vet? We don't even know. I mean, did we have 8, 9, 10, 20 million, sometimes the president even says, came in those 4 years? What country can sustain that?
Well, when I've been with Trump privately, he thinks it's over 20 million.
Yeah, that's huge.
The other people are saying 10 to 15, but he thinks it's over 20. And the truth is, I don't think we know the truth.
Right, we don't know.
I mean, I can't believe if people remember that they just opened up the borders and they were just flocking in. Do you remember that was at one time when there was a report, 20,000 Chinese soldier-like people came in.
Right, military-age men, well-dressed with briefcases. Did that sound like refugees? No.
And then the FBI, remember the FBI found an operation that was giving those 20,000 people
IDs.
Cards.
Yes, exactly.
IDs.
Yes, exactly.
IDs and driver's licenses.
Right.
So they were being placed in places where they possibly could go vote. So, I mean, the American people have to realize they can't be stupid and tiptoe through the tulips. I mean, in the old days, it's one American, one vote. But it's the 21st century now, and things are a little more sophisticated. Versus, could you imagine the people going to vote in the 1800s? I mean, there was no television. All there was is the local newspaper.
Right. No electronics. Right.
So something is wrong, Rita, and people have to realize what's wrong.
Yeah, and as we talked about, John, you always brought this up, which I think is such a smart point, that Kamala Harris, won the states where there's no voter ID, right? I mean, that's interesting. Maybe all coincidence, maybe not.
Thank you for reminding me. The only states that Kamala Harris won is the states that have no voter ID. I mean, you can't be stupid all the time. I mean, something smells. When something smells, when there's the old American expression, where there's smoke, there's fire.
Right. I don't believe in that many coincidences, and obviously you don't either, John. There's something there. John, I love you. It's so great to talk with you, and how lucky are we to hear from you this night?
Well, I'm glad I'm up, and I'm glad we spent a few minutes together. And whenever you need me, if I'm up, you got me.
Oh, I love it. I love it. The more of you, the better. And thank you for the fun birthday cupcakes earlier. And you also sang too, so that was lucky me to hear all of that. I love you, John. Thank you so much.
Happy birthday again.
Thank you. Love you, John, very much. Thank you for calling in. The great John Catsimatidis, everybody, owner and operator of Red Apple Media. And, of course, my awesome co-host. How lucky am I to be with John? One of the best business people and finest human beings I know.
The Rita Cosby Show on the Red Apple Podcast Network.